Hi, I'm Adam Mendoza, and welcome to the Ohio Athletic Conference Football Preview. I'm here with Otterbein coach Tim Doup. Thank you for joining us once again this year. Well, you had an up and down year last year, 5-5 on the year. As you look towards this upcoming campaign, your expectations for the season?
Well, our expectations are to get back to where we were my first year, and not everybody can have a great first year like that, but it was up and down. We had some, good games and other games. I think, part of it was we were very young. We're a year older now. So obviously our guys' challenge is number one is to have a winning record.
Now, as you get ready, you lose some key players from last year's team. Who do you look to step in and really step up in some of those roles to fill?
Well, I think, at quarterback, it's going to be a race between a lot of them. But, Brick Davis, has played. He's had some experience in the OAC, and he'll be a senior. So, him on offense and, on defense, you'll meet him here in a second. Ty Compton, who I brought with me. I want him to be a little bit more boisterous and step up on the defense. And then obviously the one that was injured last year, Pat Seaschultz, who we get back, who was an All-American as a junior.
Now you talk about the defense. Your defense last year was pretty tough. Second in the OAC in the passing game. What do you expect from them this upcoming season?
Well, they need to, continue to get better. They did do some really good things, but I think we lost some guys, but we're a year older with some guys. So, with them and some of the things our defensive coordinator is going to do, I think we're going to be much better on defense.
As a team gets older, we talk a lot about it with other teams, that senior leadership or that upper class leadership. How important is that, especially when you keep coming in with new faces?
Oh, it's crucial. Due to the fact we have 26 seniors this year, and I think they've taken hold of. They're not going to let what happened last year happen again. I think that they've sort of taken a leadership role, and I don't have to do much. They do a lot for me because they don't want to go out 5-5 or they want to go out more of an 8-2 or 9-1, 10-0. They want to be in the top for the running for the OAC championship.
And then, as you talked about a little bit about Ty Compton, talk about your free safety there.
Ty, he's going to play corner, and he is just, he's a leader in his own way. He doesn't say much. He's got a great work ethic. Like I said, the one thing I'm going to demand of him this year is that he's more vocal, back in that secondary because, he can help run the show back there. But, he's going to wear number 5 for us, and that's a very special thing because it's somebody that we think is somebody that is what Otterbein football should be like. It's a young man used to wear number 5 who was unfortunately, killed in a car accident years ago, and we select somebody every year to wear number 5. And Ty's going to wear that for us this year, and that's the biggest thing is just get him to be more vocal, and because his play is good, he's very smart, very intelligent on the field. But from him, I'm looking for that more vocal and senior leadership.
And giving that number that really gives you show a lot of faith in him and
Yes.
what he can bring to this team.
Absolutely. I mean, there's other guys, from year to year that you think deserve it, but and all in all, when the coaches, end up voting, we came up with Ty this year.
Well, Coach, good luck on this upcoming season.
Thanks
for joining us.
Thank you.
We are now joined by Ty Compton, defensive back for the Cardinals of Otterbein. When you come into this season, you were given a pretty good honor wearing the number 5 jersey, which is really significant in the school program, especially the football program. Talk about how important it is. Coach talked about the background of it. How important it is for you to get that number and to represent that number 5.
It's definitely an honor. When I came in, I was looked up to guys who wore number 5, like Matt Ross and Zach Greaves, and I hope that I can wear the number proudly and have incoming freshmen look at me in the same light that I looked at those other guys that wore number 5 and look to me as a leader, and both on and off the field.
Well, that's a great tradition that the team has. Now, as you get ready for this upcoming season, the defense, number 2 in stopping the pass. Talk about your team's ability to disrupt the quarterback and the passing game.
Well, I think our defensive line and linebackers definitely did a great job putting pressure on the quarterback. If you put pressure on the quarterback, force him into bad throws, then the defensive backs can make a play. I think this year we want to focus on forcing more turnovers. 2 years ago, we did a pretty good job at forcing turnovers. This past year, not so much, but that's definitely one of our goals.
Now, as a senior, everybody talks about how important it is when you have the upperclassmen and the senior leadership. When you look at it from your point of view, how important is it to have that senior leadership on the team?
Very important. Like I said, the freshmen come in, they need someone to guide them, someone to look towards and show them how Otterbein football is supposed to be played. And as seniors, we want to show them how to carry themselves both on and off the field.
When we talked with Coach, we talked about the up and down season last year. As you look forward to this upcoming campaign, the goals this team is setting to look ahead.
Well, basically, we want to take the season one game at a time. Right now, we're focused on getting to camp next week and then getting into St. John Fisher. We don't want to look too far ahead. We want to take it one game at a time, and hopefully we can be successful if we do things that way.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us, and good
Thank
luck
you.
on the upcoming season.
Thank you very much.
For more information about the Ohio Athletic Conference football teams and the conference as a whole, you can go to oac.org for more information. For the Ohio Athletic Conference football preview, I'm Adam Mendoza. Thanks for watching.